All right, thank you, Tony. Our coverage of the big game continues at 5:30. The high-tech security command center for the big game is up and running tonight. It's located at a secure, secret location near U.S. Bank Stadium. Now, the center is manned by 80 law enforcement and security personnel from local, state, and federal agencies, and it's using mapping technology that can bring what's happening in the stadium right into the command center. Eyewitness News analyst Lieutenant General Reginald Centracchio joins us now in studio to talk about the security preps. General, I mentioned 80 agencies involved in this really multi-layered security plan. You spoke to the Minnesota National Guard. What did they say?
I did, through the USPFO, which is United States Property and Fiscal Officer for Rhode Island, and through him I talked to Minnesota. And what they're talking about is that this is probably one of the few times where you have a convoluted system of repaying the troops. In essence, the NFL will give a grant to the state of Minnesota. Minnesota will pay the National Guard, the troops pay in allowances, and they reimburse the United States government for the use of the vehicles, fuel, and so on.
So what is going to be their mission? Because I noticed when the Pope went to Philly, they just did street detail just to make sure everything was all set.
Well, more or less it is. It's always in support of local police authorities, being traffic control, communications, and other logistical support kinds of things. And I think clearly you'll see that in this junction. There'll also be behind the scenes too, helping with communications and sifting out some of the information that's coming into the fusion center. So
all right, you're talking about communications. 3,000 officers will have apps on their cell phones that allows them to send video if something is going on. Another 2,000 security cameras that you won't see set up in place. This is basically new over the last 5 years.
It is. And once again, you talk about the fusion center. Over the past several times, we've talked about plans. All of that video goes into the center, and they determine what is really actionable, what is really something they should be paying attention to, and something that's just somebody taking a picture of something else.
Quickly, you've put plans like this together before, right?
We did with the tall ships when they came in several years ago, Lollapalooza, which was another significant thing, and certainly when you look at the Jazz Festival, Music Festival, all requires a multi-layered approach, especially since 9/11.
All right, General, as always, thank you for your thoughts.